Stockpile Hobbies.
Welcome back to Stockpile Hobbies, everyone. So for today's video, I want to go over the 7 new chassis I got. They are Tyco 440s. I think they're all X2s. About, I don't know, months ago, I got rid of all of the HP 7 chassis I had. I didn't like how they performed. Some of them needed a lot more work to them, and I just wasn't having it. I wanted a better performing car, so I splurged and I got 7 chassis. 5 of them have chrome wheels, 2 of them have gray wheels. So I have all these bodies here, and they're not the best bodies. They're just run-of-the-mill bodies. This one's nice, the glow-in-the-dark one, but they're pretty average. They're not like the nice ones we always use. So I don't necessarily want to put these chassis on these bodies if these are the high-performing chassis. I'd rather have the high-performing chassis on the nicer cars, right? Who wouldn't? So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to dyno these. And since I have the dyno, I can do 2 at a time. We'll get some benchmarks for these chassis here. I'll oil them first before I put them on. And then I'm going to decide which car they're going to go on. And then the remainders, or whatever's left over, will go onto these bodies. I will not be changing the chassis on any of the 4 slot car of the week cars, since we already benchmarked those and ran them. We have the Ferrari Enzo, the Ferrari F40. We did the narrow pan Corvette, and we also did the Torino here. The Torino is a Thunderjet, so we don't have to worry about that. And the truck is also a X-Traction. So those bodies are not up for debate here. But anything else over here on a Tyco side, there's a couple of Tyco over there, probably off camera. Those can be swapped out, and we'll make the cool cars the fast cars, right? That's what you do. So that's how I roll. So let's pop some of these on the dyno and see which ones perform better than others. I'll oil them all first before we do that, though. Roll that up. Put it on. Same for the other. So for today, we're not going to be taking any numbers down. I'm not going to be writing things. I'm just going to put them in order on the track, fastest to slowest, and then we'll pick some bodies to swap them onto. Let's take a look at what we got. Okay, let's see, one over here is having a problem. This one looks really good. Let's take a look. It's probably a wheel is touching. Oh, it's not. These pickups, oh yeah, there's a hole in this pickup shoe on this one. Just like in the last video, one of the previous videos I did, there's a hole in the shoe. So these shoes aren't the best. The wheels look okay though. I'm going to clean the shoes too on all these. Give me 1 second. Alright, so I got them sanded down. They're nice and clean now, nice and shiny and bright on the shoes. If any of these cars are having problems like this one is, I'm not going to fix them in this video. We'll do another video, but let's see if that helped at all. My guess is it did not. Holy cow, it did. That's amazing. It's running. Oh, just make sure it's right on where we want it to be. It actually had a positive effect. That's really cool. I'll move the camera here. So I have both cars at about 9 volts now. Cleaning the shoes, if that was the issue or just the way it was on the track, it's working great now. About 0.20 and about 0.15. This is a great chassis. They're both great. I consider anything about 0.2 amps to be average. Anything below 0.2 amps is I consider fast. God, if it gets down to 0.08, like I have on, I think the Ferrari Enzo there, that's amazingly quick. So both of these are good. I would consider this one the faster of the 2. Let's move on to our next 2. So I'll arrange this one in front, and I know this one was about a 0.2, and we'll go on to the next 2 cars here. Again, I'm going to oil them and clean the shoes. Alrighty, we have our next 2 cars on. The shoes were pretty much brand new on both of these cars. It was pretty impressive. So here we go, 0.18, 0.20, 0.14, this is the fastest one so far. I'll put this in front. I'm going to sandwich this one in between those 2 and this one in front. On to the next 2. Alright, next 2 cars. And they appear to be running 0.20, 0.21 on the high side. This one's just barely edging out the other one, I think. I would consider both of these probably behind, similar to the last one in the row there. So this one's maybe a little bit faster now that it's warmed up a little bit. So we'll range these guys right towards the end there around the last car, and we'll move on to our final slot car, and we'll pick some bodies. And for our final chassis. Oh, starting off on a good number, 0.16. We'll give it a couple seconds here and see if it gets any better. Yeah, so it's running about 0.14, 0.15 now. I consider that probably the second best one. So I'll put that one in line, and we're going to pick some bodies. All right, so now these are all in order from fastest to slowest as far as amperage goes. And I want to swap these now, but I don't want to swap if the chassis here is slower than the one that's on the body. So we'll start picking some favorites here. So the first two I want to go with are the Stockpile Hobbies race team, the Porsche 917, and the Stockpile Hobbies race team IROC. I absolutely love these two bodies I made. So I like to have these cars be in high performance. I got the Porsche over here and the Camaro over here. Let's see how well they do. So neither of them I would consider that fast. On the fast side of things, they're about average. They're about 0.25, 0.23. He's falling off a little bit. Keep them on the front edge of the roller there. I would definitely swap these two out, and we're going to do that now. So I want my Porsche 917 to be the fastest car. And I wouldn't mind having that Camaro be the second fastest. So there's their new chassis and bodies. I am going to swap over the lettered tires to the Camaro chassis. So I'm going to get that set up now, and then we'll pick our next two cars. So that was a nice upgrade to our race team. The next two cars that I really like would be my Superbird and the Porsche 908 there, I think. Let's run these guys. Okay, we have the Porsche here, Superbird on the right. He's sliding. There we go. This one's having some major problems. That looks great. I don't think I'm going to swap out the Superbird. I think I'm going to keep the Superbird. The Porsche is just having a bad time. We're definitely going to get this car a new chassis. So we'll swap a chassis out for the Porsche. I'm going to leave the Superbird alone. I'm happy with that. Porsche chassis is really beat. Yeah, I got a spinning wheel here. It's lost its traction. These tires aren't the right size. They're too big. This one needs some TLC. So we'll do this in another video. Set this one aside. And you are now getting an upgrade. Sweet. All right, next up we're going to do the Charger and the Bandit Trans Am. They're both wide pans. Whoa, I was about to clean the Charger here, and it's all jacked up. It's all cracked in the front. I never took it off before. It's all glued. And the pins on there. Oh, that's just shoddy. I'll clean the shoes and oil it. We'll see how it performs, but I think this chassis is toast. All right, so we got the Bandit over here. And we got our salvage Charger over here. Let's see what they do. All right, so they've been running for about 30 seconds. Just on the brink of 0.20 amps, so not bad. I'm surprised the broken one's actually the better one. What I might do here is use this as a salvage, take the motor out, and maybe use it for a spare part on one of them. I know our Lambo's been having some problems, and our Corvette over here, and this Nissan. Maybe I'll salvage this motor and everything, and rebuild one of those cars and scrap that chassis. Uh-oh, Vegeta. Right, now back to our regular scheduled program. So this car I'm going to set aside, and I am probably going to take this apart and put it into one of the other cars that's having some trouble. I'll put that over there. The Charger needs a body or chassis. Let's try this one again. Let's see where we're at. That one's running pretty good. How's the Bandit again? Sorry about having a mic in front of the dyno. I know. So loud. They're about the same. This one's running a little bit quicker. So I think we're good. I'm going to put them right back onto those two cars now. So our last two are going to be a ZR1, which I used to actually own, and the C8 Corvette. We'll see how these both perform. They both need to have their shoes cleaned and oiled. We'll do that now, and we'll check them out. So the remaining chassis were about the .20 range. They were the back of they were the lower perform, not lower performing of the group. They were the lower performing ones. So we'll see where these ones benchmark, and if they're any slower than .2, we'll swap them in. All right, so we have the C8 and the ZR1. Both are pretty bad off the start. Yeah, they both really picked up there. 0.17, 0.18, they're sliding though, and that changes the amperage because there's no load on the tires. I would say they're both good. I wouldn't swap them out. I think that pretty much does it for the wide pans. I'm not going to change this one because it has the gold tires on it. Those are done. 4 gears, X tractions, the Corvettes here, I'm not really worried about. We don't use them that much. Yeah, those are narrow pans, and I think this one is as well, but I'm not really worried about it. We don't ever run the Kodak car at all. So, I think we're good. I'm going to put those chassis back onto those bodies, and for these guys, I'll apply them to the extra bodies I have. So there we go. We have the remaining bodies on the chassis. We have 2 bodies that still need a chassis. I got 2 chassis to repair. One of them has the loose wheel. The other one is that broken one that was glued. I'm going to use it as a donor to repair one of these 2 cars as well. And over here we have a bunch of lifelike cars to go through in an upcoming video as well. So, I know it wasn't the most exciting content, but I got a lot done. Get these cars now back up onto the display highway. And I think for the next video, we'll do a slot car of the week. So, if you are one of the channel regulars who watches the videos when they come out every day, let me know if you see a car here for the next video I'm going to shoot tomorrow. Which one would you like to see for slot car of the week, either for tomorrow's video or an upcoming one? I'd love to get some interaction here with everyone who watches. If anything cool looks here, you want to see us do the dyno on, run on the drag strip, or run on the racetrack with me and Enzo, let me know. So, hope you enjoyed this video. Please give a thumbs up if you're enjoying the content. Please subscribe to the channel and keep having fun, everyone.